cheating wife said, "I'd never find someone like her." A year later, you won't believe what happened. Bashar recalls how he met his fiancée, Emma. Their relationship was everything he ever dreamed of, passionate, supportive, and filled with promise. They were inseparable, and after a beautiful vacation, he decided it was time to propose. Emma said yes in tears, and their future seemed brighter than ever. Bashar felt like the luckiest man alive. As the wedding day approached, Bashar and Emma began planning their future together. They picked out a home, discussed future children, and even talked about their dream vacations. Everything was falling into place, and Bashar felt nothing could stand in their way. A week before their wedding, Bashar noticed Emma had been acting strangely, distant, distracted, and almost unreachable. She brushed it off as stress from the wedding, but Bashar couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. He convinced himself he was just overthinking things. One evening, while going through some old emails on their shared laptop, Bashar stumbled upon a series of messages between Emma and another man. The messages were flirtatious, and it became clear that she had been seeing someone else behind his back. Bashar was crushed, but didn't confront her immediately. When Bashar confronted Emma, she was initially defensive but soon admitted to the affair. She told him it was a one-time mistake and that it meant nothing. Bashar was heartbroken and enraged, questioning everything he thought he knew about their relationship. Emma, however, convinced him that she loved him and it would never happen again. Emma's confession wasn't the end, though. Bashar learned that the affair had been going on for several months. Emma admitted that she felt like something was missing in their relationship, but she insisted it was over. The pain was unbearable, and Bashar felt his world crumbling around him. Emma, in a moment of emotional manipulation, said, "You'll never find someone like me." Those words cut deep, and the shock and betrayal hit Bashar all at once. Unable to deal with the pain in private, Bashar ended their engagement publicly. His friends and family were supportive, but he was left with a deep sense of shame and loss. A close friend, Tark, suggested that Bashar go away for a while to clear his head. Bashar reluctantly agreed, heading to a secluded cabin in the mountains to heal and reflect. It was there he started to piece together how Emma's affair had slowly eaten away at their relationship. While in the cabin, Bashar received an unexpected call from Emma. She apologized once again, pleading for him to reconsider their relationship. The call left him more conflicted than ever, torn between the love he still had for her and the betrayal that haunted him. Bashar decided it was time to focus on himself. He started working out, taking up hobbies he had neglected, and reconnecting with old friends. As the months passed, he felt his confidence begin to return, and the pain of Emma's betrayal started to fade. One evening, Bashar ran into Emma while out with friends. She looked different, more put together and confident. Bashar noticed that she seemed genuinely happy, while he was still struggling with the aftermath of their breakup. Emma's new demeanor made him feel both uneasy and curious. Bashar learned that Emma had started dating someone new just weeks after their breakup. He was furious, but also heartbroken. Seeing her move on so easily stung more than anything. He couldn't understand how she could treat him like this after everything they had shared. Bashar's anger turned to suspicion when he learned that Emma's new boyfriend had a shady past. Bashar's mind raced with questions. Had she moved on to someone just like the man she cheated on him with? He decided to investigate, not to win her back, but to understand her choices. While researching Emma's new boyfriend, Bashar uncovered some disturbing information about him. He wasn't just a random guy. He was involved in some illegal activities, including connections to the same people Emma had been chatting with during their affair. Bashar was left reeling, realizing that Emma's choices were far more dangerous than he'd ever imagined. The realization that Emma's new life was built on secrets and lies filled Bashar with silent rage. He had been played, and while he had no intention of confronting her, the anger boiled within him. He began to question everything, including his own role in the relationship. Was he blind to her manipulations? Bashar was contacted by a mutual friend who revealed a shocking piece of information. Emma's affair had not just been about missing something in her relationship. There was more to the story, and it involved the dangerous circles she had gotten involved in. Bashar was in shock, struggling to understand how someone he loved could dive so deeply into such a life. Despite everything, Bashar realized he was still emotionally attached to Emma. He knew he had to sever those ties for good. To do that, he needed to understand what drove her cheat and how he could avoid making the same mistakes again in future relationships. Bashar focused on building a new life without Emma, investing in his career, friendships, and personal growth. While the pain didn't disappear, he started to feel stronger and more at peace. He realized that he didn't need Emma to be happy. He could find happiness within himself. A year after their breakup, Emma returned to Bashar's life in a shocking way. She reached out with a heartfelt apology. She admitted that she had made terrible decisions, and she wanted to explain herself. Bashar was shocked, and part of him still wanted answers, but he wasn't sure he could trust her anymore. When Bashar met with Emma, he learned the full extent of her relationship with her new boyfriend. She admitted that she had been influenced by his dangerous world and manipulated into actions that went against her true character. Bashar was left questioning if he could ever trust her again. Bashar faced a heartbreaking decision. Could he forgive Emma for everything that had happened? Could he move on from betrayal and find peace in their friendship? Emma begged for forgiveness, but Bashar's heart told him he had to move forward. In a moment of clarity, Bashar realized that forgiveness wasn't about Emma. It was about himself. He could forgive her, but he had to let her go for his own well-being. This realization gave him the strength to cut the final emotional cord and let go of the past. Bashar threw himself into rediscovering his passions and dreams. He took up traveling, meeting new people, and immersing himself in his work. Over time, he became the man he had always wanted to be, confident, successful, and emotionally free. As fate would have it, Bashar met someone new, someone who appreciated him for who he was and supported him in every aspect of his life. It wasn't a perfect relationship, but it was real, built on mutual respect and trust. Bashar couldn't believe he was capable of loving again, but he was ready for the future. Emma reached out to Bashar one last time, asking to meet. She confessed that her life had been a mess, and she had realized how much she had hurt him. This time, Bashar felt no anger, only indifference. He realized that while he still had love for the woman he once knew, he couldn't let her back into his life. Bashar had the final conversation with Emma that gave him closure. He wished her well, but firmly stated that they could never go back to the way things were. For the first time, he felt truly free. 1 year after their breakup, Bashar is living a fulfilled life. He's in a healthy relationship, and his career has flourished. He had become the person he always aspired to be, strong, independent, and content. Bashar hears from mutual friends that Emma's life has dramatically changed. She is no longer with a dangerous boyfriend and has moved far away, seeking therapy and trying to rebuild her life. Though he feels some sympathy for her, Bashar realizes that she is no longer the person he once loved. Bashar reflects on the long journey he's been through, the pain of betrayal, the heartbreak, and the eventual healing. He knows that life will continue to throw challenges at him, but he's now stronger and more equipped to handle them. Bashar realizes that love isn't about possession or idealization. It's about mutual respect, growth, and understanding. He now understands the true meaning of love and is grateful for the lessons he learned from his past relationship with Emma. Bashar's life is vastly different now. He's become more focused on his career and personal well-being. His friends and family notice the positive changes in him. The pain of his past with Emma still lingers, but it's no longer his burden. He's learned that healing isn't linear. It comes in waves. Sometimes he still gets emotional triggers, but each time he becomes more resilient. A shocking revelation surfaces when a mutual acquaintance tells Bashar about a deeply hidden part of Emma's past. Before they met, she had been involved in a troubled relationship with someone even more dangerous than her most recent boyfriend. This new information shakes Bashar to his core, making him question everything he thought he knew about her. Driven by curiosity and a desire for closure, Bashar sets out to uncover more about Emma's past. He discovers secrets she had kept hidden from everyone, including the emotional trauma she had been carrying long before their relationship. This new knowledge changes how Bashar sees their entire time together. Bashar meets someone new, a woman who's kind, supportive, and emotionally mature. He's initially hesitant, worried that the baggage from his past will affect his ability to love again. However, this new woman, Maya, helps him heal further. She shows him what a healthy, trusting relationship looks like, and Bashar starts to believe that he truly deserves happiness. Despite moving on, Bashar's unresolved feelings for Emma sometimes resurface. He finds himself comparing Maya to Emma in moments of doubt. Bashar realizes he still has ghosts to exorcise, and he needs to finally lay his past to rest before he can fully embrace his future. Emma shows up unexpectedly at Bashar's doorstep one evening, claiming that she needs to talk. Bashar is thrown off guard, unsure if he's ready to deal with her again. She apologizes once more, admitting her mistakes and acknowledging the pain she caused him. This time, however, Bashar is stronger. He listens to her, but his heart no longer aches for the woman he once loved. He realizes that he's already moved on. After their conversation, Bashar finally lets go of Emma once and for all. He wishes her well and tells her that he can no longer be a part of her life. It's painful, but it's necessary. This is the final chapter of their story, and Bashar feels a weight lift off his shoulders. The closure he never thought he'd get is now within his reach. Bashar begins to fully trust Maya, the new woman in his life. They spend more time together, creating new memories and experiences. He realizes that he's no longer afraid to open his heart to someone else. With Maya by his side, Bashar feels a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. News spreads that Emma's life has taken a darker turn. She's now involved with a much more dangerous crowd than before, and it's clear that she's made some irreversible decisions. Bashar feels a pang of sympathy, but also a sense of relief that he is no longer tied to her world. His life is no longer defined by her mistakes. Reflecting on everything, Bashar understands the painful lessons he learned from his relationship with Emma. He realizes that love isn't just about passion. It's about trust, respect, and shared growth. His relationship with Maya embodies these values, and he's grateful for the journey that brought him to her. Bashar and Maya's relationship deepens. They make future plans together, from travel to starting a family. Bashar begins to see the future through a lens of possibility rather than fear or heartbreak. He feels confident that he's finally on the right path. Bashar takes a significant step forward by proposing to Maya. The proposal is heartfelt, filled with all the emotions Bashar had long buried. It's a moment of triumph, not just for their relationship, but for Bashar himself. He has overcome the heartbreak, learned to trust again, and found someone who truly values him for who he is. Emma reaches out again, this time admitting her regret over her choices and how they've impacted others. She claims she never truly understood the depth of Bashar's love until it was too late. While Bashar listens, he's no longer moved by her words. He's moved on, and his final attempt at reconciliation only reinforces that he made the right choice. Bashar hears that Emma's new relationship has come to an end. She reaches out to him for support, but Bashar realizes that helping her would mean undoing all the progress he's made. He finally cuts all ties with her, accepting that he cannot save her and that she's no longer his responsibility. Bashar takes stock of his life. He realizes that while Emma's actions cause him immense pain, they also force him to grow in ways he never could have imagined. He's more resilient, more aware of his worth, and ready to live a life without looking back. The future is now full of possibilities. Bashar and Maya continue to build their lives together. They go on trips, experience new adventures, and share a love that is deeper than anything Bashar thought he could have after everything he endured. He feels a renewed sense of purpose and joy. The day finally arrives when Bashar marries Maya. Surrounded by friends and family, it's a day filled with happiness, love, and laughter. Bashar knows that this is the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter filled with love and hope, free from the pain of the past. As Bashar and Maya settle into their life together, he reflects on how far he's come. He no longer lets the shadows of his past define him. He sees the struggles and heartbreaks as stepping stones that led him to the person he is today, a man who is ready to embrace the love he deserves. Bashar and Maya embark on their new life, starting with a honeymoon in a beautiful destination they've always dreamed of visiting. Bashar feels like a new man, having finally healed from his past and found someone who truly cherishes him. His heart is open and his future is brighter than ever. 1 year later, Bashar reflects on everything that has happened, from the heartbreak and betrayal to finding true love. He's now stronger, wiser, and more content than he ever thought possible. As he looks at Maya, he realizes that the pain of the past has led him to the happiness he's always deserved. He's at peace, knowing that the journey was worth it in the end.